Hello everybody! Welcome back to Beacon Pines. We're talking here with Nat and left off where we started. So let's suddenly with a pain of thought struck him. If this is really home.
He sprinted off into the pale distance. As Iggy turned to follow, Nat called out.
Iggy? It's too late to turn back. Simply head west through the Weep Woods.
Chapter 6. The Source.
Dun dun
Nat expressed his sympathy
dun.
with a shrug and sauntered off as unassumingly as he'd arrived. He'd given Luka and Iggy what they needed, and nothing more. As Luka sprinted across the snow, the events of the past few days became clearer, pieces to a larger puzzle. Rollo said he was underground somewhere, captured. Mr. Kerr tried to cover it up with lies. The clipboards were hell-bent on capturing Iggy. It all seemed to point to perennial harvest. But right now, there was one thing that Luka needed to know. Luka stopped dead in his tracks. The tree was gone, uprooted and moved, leaving a raw gash in the earth. He dropped to his knees and dug wildly at the cold snow. His numb hands hit something hard, a headstone. A dry whisper escaped Luka's lips.
You're here. All this time I thought I was visiting you. You've been here all alone in the snow. Dad, I'm so sorry. I ruined your favorite spot in the world. Your favorite spot in the world. Our favorite spot in the world. Dad, what do I do?
There was no reply, just snow-covered silence.
Why'd you give me the slip like that? What if I couldn't find you, you jerk?
Iggy finally noticed the tears welling in Luka's eyes and the snow-covered grave.
Oh. Iggy, they stole his tree, Iggy. Yikes.
Suddenly, they heard the crunch of approaching footsteps in the snow.
We gotta hide. $2.59. Okay. Fall off distance, still good. Dude, do you hear me? I said 2:59. Sorry. You ever think about what we did here? We saved a whole town of people. Doesn't feel like it sometimes. How about everything we left behind? That grave of someone's family. The people who loved them never know the truth. The truth is
He
overrated.
bent down to scoop up a snowball and lobbed it playfully.
Hey! Don't be such a downer, dude. We took this job to change the world. Yeah. Come on. It's almost lunchtime. Weirdo. Here I thought I was a jerk. This is Gus. Dinuous are out there literally dancing
Luka
on graves.
stuttered through heaving sobs.
I thought I was visiting him. I thought he was with me. Not gonna lie, that's a bad break. Here's some
Iggy gave Luka a
advice.
solid smack on the back of his head.
Hey! Who's any of this helping? What? Sitting here in the snow, crying like some pushover. Who's ya helping? Look, Iggy, what they did, they lied to everyone. Blah, blah, blah. Luke Vanderhorn Luka Vanahorn, you are a lot of things, but you ain't no pushover. What I did to tell you before. When some jerks comes at you acting all like a horse's butt, you should stand up for myself. Yeah. Kurt and his merry little band of clipboards pulled off this switcheroo for some reason, right? Nat mentioned something about the
Luka wiped
source.
his eyes with a sleeve.
Whatever the source was awfully vulnerable to Needles harvest. Sure, it would be a shame if something fortunate were to happen to the precious source, wouldn't it? What do you have in mind? Small enough still we snatch it. Too big to snatch, we smash it. And what if it's too big to
Iggy
smash?
flashed a mischievous smile and cracked his knuckles.
I'm always up for a challenge. I'm gonna make this right, Dad, I promise. Let's do this. It can't get awful cold out there in those words, Luka. Probably best you two stay at convenience of your energy. Help is on the way. Where, Rollo? Where is my mom? Did you kill her? Oh heavens, no. Do I seem like a killer
Iggy
to
and
you?
Luka shared a skeptical look.
Well, do I? Oh shucks. Now that hurts my feelings. Screw that guy. Wait a minute. If this is in town, that means...
Iggy darted behind a large pine and began digging furiously. He emerged holding a shoebox with a crude skull painted on its lid.
What's that? Long story. A few years back, I came in possession of really great fireworks. Not one big fireworks. Nice stuff they give kids. The good stuff. Why did you bury them under a tree? It's a long part of the story. You and Roller were doing some choice Roller's chicken coop. And you guys pissed me off for some reason or
Luka
another.
rolled his eyes with realization.
No, you
Iggy
didn't.
stifled a chuckle.
Yeah, I just wanted to give you guys a little scare. But like I said, these were some primo fireworks, so my underestimated things. You blew up the chicken coop. I prefer to think it's an accidentally relocation. Sorry, I should have seen those looks on your face. Roller got grounded for months. Which is why I needed to stash the evidence and lay low. I buried them under the tree. When I came back then, they were gone. I figured some grown-ups found them and tossed
Iggy
them.
triumphantly raised the shoebox.
Turns out it was some fireworks. Wasn't the fireworks that got moved, it was us. Unbelievable. Do you think this is a game? Newsflash, boyo. You're not a hero. You're a little brat who is way over his head. Here is someone who refuses to give up. Common cities rotten children's brains. Everyone thinks they're a spaceman hero. A way I always predict to Hank a comics myself. So, do you really think you have some chance against us? You have no idea how powerful we are. Prepare for blast off, loser.
Luka and Iggy inched up to the edge of the hole with bewilderment in their eyes. Arctic air breathed out of the cavern in heaving gusts.
Echo! 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 Oh. See why they wanted us to move us all out of town now. Why would they dig up a giant hole? I think this is it. The source? The dang hole? How did we smash a hole? Crap. Oh, it's much more than that, my annoying little friend. Cute. Where's Rolo? I wasn't lying before, he's safe. Well, safer than you two are, at least. Drats, it's cold. You just had to drag me all the way out here, didn't
Mr.
you?
Kerr gazed down the abyss in contemplation.
It's really something, isn't it? What did you do to our town? What is all of this? Well, it's a doozy of a question. This is the source where they collect undefined,
Kerr scratched the back of his head.
Honestly, boys, I don't understand any of this, as well as enough to explain it. In fact, the matter is I'm not paid to know. What do you mean you don't know? Ain't you in charge? Oh heavens no, my role internally is to flash a winning smile and manage victorious and compliments. Complimentation like us? You're a smart
His
boy.
face contorted into a saccharine grin.
Really, it's nothing personal. Some people are just destined to strive for greatness. Others are simply obstacles along the way. Seems like you were destined to be a creepy lackey. The point is that all play a part in life. We all play a part. Mine happens to be a lead in a role of a lifetime. And you happen to be extras ready for your curtain call. We aren't giving up without a fight. Your smile's not gonna be winning after we're done with you. Oh now boys, there's no need to melodrama. Well, it makes even a professional such as myself embarrassed for you. Let's change the mood a
Kerr
little bit.
snapped his fingers.
Scene change. There, that's much better. Deal with them.
Iggy turned to Luka with a sly glance.
Why are you smirking? Because I have a box full of fireworks that you don't.
Iggy waved the box into the air, threatening to drop it down the hole.
Stop. Let's not do something regrettable. Jokes on you, regrettable is one of my specialties. Out of curiosity, what would happen if I threw these in your precious hole? Nothing at all. You're a terrible liar. All you have. No, I'm an exceptional liar. But that's
Iggy
fair
plucked
enough.
a single bottle rocket from the box and held it up with reverence.
Stop, you fool. Call off your goons.
After a long pause, Mr. Kerr flung up his hand with frustration.
Very well. You can head back for the night. It's been a long day. I'll handle these two from here.
Mr. Kerr sighed into the frigid air.
Just now, I guess you could put that down. What, like
With
this?
a nonchalant flick, Iggy tossed the firework into the hole.
Oh. Whoa.
With a growl, Kerr leapt at Iggy, crashing through Luka. Iggy tried to twist away, but in the struggle they both tumbled over the side.
No,
Luka
no, no,
dove
no, no, no.
forward, bracing Iggy's hand just before it slipped. His grip was made precarious by the cold, wet snow. He could see Kerr further down, clinging to Iggy's coat.
You reckless child, what have you done? Luka, listen to me. Hold tight and use the walkie-talkie to call them back. How do I channel? Do I use... Doesn't make a damn difference. They're always listening. If you do that, the clipboards would just haul us off and snag us up both. The only way to get out of this is your screws out of the picture. Let go and save yourself. If you let go, we both die. I don't want to die, but seeing looks on your face most worth it. I told you, you've had a long life. Why don't I actually do something selfless? Just let go.
Mr. Kerr gasped with insult.
Long life? Have you known I can still play 25? You should have heard me sing the part of Phyllis Young.
With a wild look in his eye, Mr. Kerr began to hum a proud melody.
Dum dum dum. Dum dum dum. Wow, you can believe this guy.
Luka's hand began to cramp. His voice began to crack.
Kara, just let go. No can do. If you're gonna save your friend, you'll have to save me too. Look at me. It's okay.
Luka felt Iggy loosen his grasp.
You're going to kill your friend like that, are
Every
you?
muscle in Luka's body burned.
I'm not his friend. Yes, you are. Nah, I'm just no good bully. Like you can. Iggy,
Luka felt
no.
his hand slipping.
I told you what you need to do with bullies. I can't. It's the only way out of this mess. Two birds with one stone. Makes for us to fall together. Wackadoos travel in
A
packs.
calm settled over Iggy's face.
Luka, let me do this.
Iggy's voice was colder than the bitter air billowing from the chasm.
Let me do the right thing for once. No. I don't want to die.
Luka had no choice but to refuse Iggy's request. He tightened his grip and reached for the walkie-talkie in his pocket. A wild delight crept onto Mr. Kerr's face. That's a good lad. Now, radio for help. Iggy begged Luka with his eyes one last time, but Luka pressed the button and called out. We need help. Mr. Kerr is in danger. It wasn't long before they were once again surrounded by clipboards. Mr. Kerr sighed with relieved frustration. There you are. You really are a worthless lot, aren't you? Mirror, now. A clipboard dutifully produced an ornate ivory hand mirror, and Mr. Kerr began preening his tousled hair. Ah, that's better. Mr. Van Horn, I applaud your sharp thinking under duress. I'll put in a good word for you with the founder. Take them away. A swarm of hands overpowered Luka. The last thing he saw before a cloth bag was pulled over his head was the defeated look on Iggy's face. The end. I think this was one of those times where doing the right thing was the wrong thing.
So I was supposed to... So I'm supposed to let him die. Fine.
Luka had no choice but to accept Iggy's request.
We're killing a kid.
Blink, Luka watched a teardrop sail down into the howling void. As his fingers slowly gave up, he met eyes with Iggy.
Good.
The two silhouettes were swallowed by darkness.
should really step back. What? Quickly? Curious. Oh, but of course. Those fireworks, you must have been just the right amount of energy. We should get out of here before the Chronos harvest arrives. Not until you tell me what just happened. Your friend's sacrifice just saved this town. For a little while, anyways. How? Terminus liquid. Change the ship between matter and time itself. But doing requires an incomparable energy. The closest in the energy that can only come from its surroundings. Useful side produce of this property being by adding a precisely correct amount of energy into it, one can recreate a cryogenic casing. So the junk makes things cold, and the fire makes things the whole freeze over. That's a way of putting it, yes. Dumb luck would have it. The fireworks weren't strong enough to generate a runaway reaction. I started to think that it would have been in that
We have some
case.
idea what that would look like.
It would take them a good while to safely break through the access to the source again. If you know all this stuff, why haven't you been helping? I have been, in my way. Each one of us has our role to play. Iggy Rose turns out it was to buy some precious time. Mine is to observe and wait. Wait for what? You? Me, why? What's
A
my role?
fierce twinkle flashed in Nat's eyes.
Luka Vanahorn. You're going to save the world.
With a chuckle, Nat turned and walked west. Dumbfounded, Luka followed behind him, trudging through the snow. Every step taking him further away from everyone and everything he knew, and closer to destiny. To be continued in Beacon Pines, Pines Harder. Revenge served cold. Second time's a charm? Wait, that's it? This ends with a crummy cliffhanger just when it was getting good?
Yep, that's
I
usually
was even
how
starting to
movies and
like
books do
Iggy.
it.
No way. I refuse to be associated with some never-ending parade of sequels. Let's go back and find something more definitive.
Yeah, I like that idea too. I don't like the fact that we had to kill Iggy. Okay, we've done everything.
They'd run the classic good cop, chill cop interrogation.
Let's just get a plea coup.
Luka walked calmly to the light switch, flicking it off and on a few times. Mr. Tolliver shook his head, gathering his wits.
Golly, sure rung my
He
bell
looked
rung.
over to find Luka, who returned a calming grin.
Sorry, Mr. Tolliver. This was a big mistake. Look at what's going on here. Why do you have me strapped down? No one's fault, really. Well, just got a little startled. Rollo's
Rollo and Beck emerged from hiding to give a timid wave.
hello. Well, alright. Mistakes happen. Your kid kids gave old Harlem a good scare. Let's just get me out of these and robes and call it
Luka
even.
glanced over to Rollo and Beck, who replied with skeptical looks.
Excuse me. Why in my grandma's basement? Married house, of course. Help with what? What is my grand up to? If you just cut me loose, I can show you. How do I know we can
Mr.
trust you?
Tolliver exhaled with disappointment.
Luka, have I ever done you wrong by you? No. Since your grand moved here to town, haven't I been nothing but welcoming? Yeah. Why would I turn my back on your family now? It's just, this stuff is pretty weird. A board of names with all people from town. An archive of my dad's old disturbing patient notes.
Luka gestured to the corner.
Bearers of explosive? I can explain everything. Just need to untie me. You kids deserve
Luka
an
looked again to
explanation.
Rollo and Beck. This time they shrugged. Luka began to slowly loosen the bindings. Mr. Tolliver gently rubbed his wrists.
That's good, lad. This'll make sense in time.
He edged imperceptibly toward the stairs as he spoke.
You see, this town has secrets, Luka. Very dark past,
Before the
indeed.
kids had even noticed his movement, Mr. Tolliver was at the light switch.
Just gonna pull a fastie. Pass must be brought to
He
light.
punctuated his final words by flicking the switch and rushing up the stairs.
Light.
Beck
Son of
darted
a...
to the wall and turned back on the lights. It was too late. Rollo confirmed what they all heard.
He just locked us
Mr.
down here.
Tolliver's muffled voice came from behind the door.
I wasn't lying to you, you know. This is for your own good. Kids, just keep tight down there. Let the
They
adults
looked
handle this.
bewildered at each other.
Play cool, huh? Not now, Beck.
They heard the staccato thump of quick steps exiting the house. The kids looked down in resignation. This isn't how it goes in Hank Atomic. For some reason, they'd always assumed it was up to them to save their town. Luka opened his mouth, hoping to conjure some magical words to make this right. Only a hollow croak escaped. The end. Well, we certainly aren't going to find a grand resolution to our tale locked in a basement.
True.
Back to the drawing board. They'd run the classic good cop, sly cop interrogation. Luka and Rollo ducked behind a barrel, leaving Beck to her task. With a few crisp snaps, she roused Mr. Tolliver.
Huh? What's going on here? It must be the Meadowville girl. Please call me back. Sorry
Mr.
about
Tolliver
this.
looked down and shifted a bit, testing his restraints.
It seems there's been a mix-up. You see, I'm down here for the same reason you are. Jupiter sent you
Beck
here?
caught herself before letting the surprise manifest on her face. She'd already gotten him to reveal his relation to Gran. This was going to be easy.
You know Jupiter, she's with her precautions. Operation Sparkplug has us all on edge. I guess she thought you needed some backup, but she sent a child. Better way to avoid prying eyes. Who would expect a kid? Suppose that makes
Mr. Tolliver
sense.
wriggled a bit in his restraints.
I'm so sorry.
Beck quickly removed the ropes.
That had to be uncomfortable. A little, yeah. But do you understand? We could never know who to trust in this job.
Mr. Tolliver rubbed the growing knot on his forehead.
Very true. Turns out we both were here
Beck
to
twirled her hand, as if to prompt Mr. Tolliver to finish her thought.
destroy the
Beck
evidence.
shook her head and clicked her tongue.
Yep, old gal has nothing if not
Mr.
though.
Tolliver let out an amused huff in agreement.
Sure is. Can't blame her though. If anyone were to find out we're going to destroy the source, well, we'll both know how bad that might be. No one will know anything once we finish cleaning things up down
Beck
here.
was on a roll now, playing Mr. Tolliver like a fiddle.
She good. You sure can finish this up on your own. Better trust me for a reason. You can leave the rest to me. Good, there's one more loose end I'll work on. Loose end? Oh, it's nothing really. The other day I had the radio on scan while I was stocking the candy shelf, and there was a off phase in Venezuela transmission. Underground secrets. That's. I think it might be a password, but dismissed it. She said it was mission critical. What's the password for? We don't know. So we have a password and know where to put it. It's got to mean something, right? Good thinking. You should probably go work on that out. I've got this under control. That's a relief. Between me and you, this basement's giving me some willies.
Heading for the stairs, Mr. Tolliver hesitated and turned to Beck with a puzzled look. She grinned and gave him a peppy wave. With a shrug, he continued up the stairs, whistling a jaunty tune.
You guys catch that? Sure did. One time, Mr. had a candy shop, but he never sells us. But all he ever sells us is apples.
Beck blinked slowly in disappointment.
The password, Rollo? Sure. But once things are back to normal, I will have a word with Mr. Tolliver about that candy shop. Fine, and meanwhile we got an idea.
She turned to the table and began tearing small scraps of paper.
He said he had heard a password through the radio. Any good spy transmission is never what it
Beck
seems.
marked each scrap of paper and
Leaned back. We need to find the hidden means. Okay. What's another word for underground? Buried, covered. It could be a cover-up. Maybe it's one of those each letter is a number type. U could be 21. N could be 14. D would be... Ooh, it's an anagram. The Creed's drugstore.
Luka and Beck looked at Rollo with amazement.
Rollo, that was incredible. Well, either that or Creed's nude drugstore. Yeah, you think you're right for the first time. How did you do that? What can I say? I love cryptos. Well, I guess we know where we're going next. You scare me half to death. Sorry. You kids haven't seen Tolliver around, have you? Nope. He's got me waiting around like the last slice of pie. I swear that man would be late to his own funeral. You're late, Augustine. Sorry, sister. Was caught up with work. Work? You? Had a few more details to lock down for the festival. Oh, what do you have to report? What is this town festival really about? I think
Gus looked around nervously.
Mr. Jones really does want to do something good for the town. He actually is a pretty nice guy. You should spend more time with him. I didn't pull strings installing you as mayor so that you could make friends. Your job is to help me figure out what Kara and the perennial harvest true intentions are with this town. We have responsibilities. This is our father's town. Yeah, was. Excuse me? This was our father's town. He's gone, Harris. And he isn't coming back. Father left us with nothing but problems. Mr. Kara came and offered to help us. We accept that help. We didn't agree with them turning Father's warehouse into a toxic dumping ground. And it was a temporary arrangement. The glowing can be seen from our damned in the backyard. They are dumping their nasty little secrets on us. And then when all of this goes wrong, who do you think will be the blame?
Harris's cry hung in the air.
We have a choice to make now, sister. The town is going to change whether we like it or not. We're going to choose to be part of that future, or be forgotten in the past. It's a shame. Father named you Augustine. But you will always be just a Gus. Good night, Harris. See you at breakfast tomorrow. It's getting late, children. Oh, we know. What if that lady ever moves from her reading her book?
Solomon stood proudly at the entrance to the drugstore, holding a brown bag overflowing with black licorice.
Hey, Solomon. We're looking for Mr. Nucky. Is he in there? I'm afraid not. Where did you get the candy from? I say we have an outreach.
Solomon shoveled a surprising amount of licorice into his mouth.
Sometimes it's a small pleasure in life. Though we might not have always family to rely on, licorice has never let me down. Well, I can't say licorice would be my first choice, but whatever floats your boat. You can tell a lot about a person by their choice of confection. Yeah, I guess I like sour globs. I'm certain you do. I always wondered why Mr. Nutcreek kept licorice in stock. You must eat enough of it to make it worthwhile. There are many ways to earn loyalty. For some reason, it's easy as cold, hard cash. Well, he's right, it's locked. There's gotta be more clues. Okay, let's see. It gotta be here around somewhere. Does he actually use this thing? Besides Mr. Nutcreek, no.
Beck cupped her hands on the glass to peek inside.
That's not a normal phone booth. It's kind of like a blinking keypad. Why would there be a blinking keypad? Sure, I mean, underground secrets.
Beck
Password.
flung open the door, and they all squeezed in.
let's see
Luka
here.
cracked his knuckles and entered the letters into the keypad.
Sounds like that did something. Great, now what? I guess we...
The inside of the
Oh!
phone booth dropped loose from its shell. Without even the space to panic, they closed their eyes, held their breath, and accepted their fate. Suddenly, the chaotic descent slowed to an effortless landing. It was unclear where they ended up, but at least it was solid ground.
True.
The air was stagnant and smelled vaguely of chlorine.
I knew it. You knew that there was a secret hub full of strange tubes underneath the phone. Under the phone booth. Of course I did. Didn't I say that? No. Definitely thought it. Luka, do you remember when I said how cool it would be that if a transmission conducts from Hank Atomic issue number 12 was real? Roll point one another. You said everything about technology ever discussed in Hank. That's why I'm a good predictor. It looks like each of these has something written on them. Now Harv's main office. That's where my mom works. What does she do? Science stuff. Is she involved? We moved here. How could she be involved? True. Valentine's Fertilizer Warehouse? Isn't that where you almost got snatched? Yeah. Why would prenatal harvest ever tubing go into the old Valentine's place? It's starting to feel like something big. Mining Operations Alpha. It's a new one, you guys. Have miners here? Not that I know of. This town is olive farms and fertilizer. Secrets? Series of tubes. Always said you can always trust a miner up to no point, even when they hit gold. Not sure if that was an apple plays. Apples? Applies to the exact situation. That's the thing about Paul, you don't always realize what he means until it's too late. This suit is broken mask. So we have found our mystery warehouse keeper. At least we found their hazmat suit. If he walks like Mr. Nutgreedy and talks like Mr. Nutgreedy, let's not jump into conclusions. Just saying! That's a lot of buttons. Stand aside, Earthlings. I have read enough Hank Atomics to know my way around science.
Willow's hands hovered over the field of blinking buttons.
Give me money. Roller, what did you do? Nothing. I didn't even know yet. What was that? Hide! Where? There's nothing but tubes on here. Just get back. Shit. Shit. Awesome. You all need to come with me now. We're not going anywhere with you. Not until we get some answers. Underground. Mr. Underground Secrets. I told them this was absurd passwords, but they love it anyways. Makes them feel clever. They who? No, that doesn't matter. If I keep you hidden until after the festival, I might be able to save your skins. We don't care about our skins. Hold on now. I like my skin. This all stops now, I agreed.
Joseph waited for a moment in silence.
You sound just like him. Who? Walt? You don't get to talk about my dad. You know, your father and I were friends back
He
before
gestured toward the strange tubes.
all of this. That's a lie. It's true. I used to bounce you on my knee. What happened? Same thing that always happens. Reality complicates life. We were a team, Walt and I. And an idealistic doctor and a bright-eyed pharmacist. Both hell-bent on helping folks. So you were a sidekick? No. We were partners. We helped the patients and I helped him. Total
Nuncreed
sidekick.
let out a growl of a sigh.
Luka, I need you to know this. I need someone to know this. One day, Sharper Valentine comes to us. He says he's got an opportunity. He found something he didn't quite understand. He's always willing to pay us both handsomely to help him understand it. And my dad said no. Your father and I both believed in helping people. But the thing I could never get him to understand was it's a lot easier to help others if you can help yourself now and then. Classic side to a villain pilot. Walt loved being righteous almost more than he loved his family. He was wrong about one thing though. When he begged me not to take Van Eller's office, he said, Joseph, if a person says yes one time to Sharper Valentine, he'll make sure he'll keep on saying yes to him until the day he's dead and gone.
He shook his head wistfully.
Sharper's long gone, but he's still got me saying yes. Is there a point to this sob story? Not really, no. Just an old man trying to delay what needs doing.
Nuncreed took a menacing step towards.
Tried to keep you safe. Tried to keep you and Jupiter out of this. But you forced my hand.
Luka began to laugh.
What? You really don't know. My grand isn't out of this. She's been scheming right under your nose. Jupiter? Seems like she's planning on crashing this town party. She's going to disturb the festival? Why would she?
The color drained from Nuncreed's face.
How does she know? Apparently she knows a lot of things. What? Just let's say this isn't the only underground layer we've busted in today. Honestly, hers is way cooler. She's got massive explosives and bad intentions, big man.
Nuncreed grabbed Luka by the shoulders. His eyes were frantic.
You need to tell me what she's going to do right now. She doesn't understand what she's messing with. Tell me now. She's in danger, boy. I don't know. She has a map with markings and fountains in town square. The fountain, but why would...
A jolt of realization struck Mr. Nuncreed.
She knows about the source? What the heck is the source? She tries to soar the source. It could catalyze and... Dear God, she's going to freeze us all. You all need to run. Run where? Away. Far away from this town as you can get. Head west and don't look back. Did not expect that. So, we're totally gonna follow him, right? Totally. See you on the other side. Good? Yep. I love this town.
Chapter 8.
I think I'm gonna leave it here on this episode. It's getting good, guys. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of these videos that I keep making. See you in the next one. Bye.